Hey, hey, and welcome back to Miss Kitty's Wild West Adventures. In the annals of American history, there are legends that stand tall, yet still remain hidden in the mists of time. Today we embark on a wonderful adventure through the life of one legendary figure who shattered the limitations of his time. But first, if you're not already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. If you're new here, welcome aboard. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the story of a true American hero, a trailblazer of the Wild West, someone who still inspires us today. Today, we'll uncover 5 interesting facts about Bass Reeves' life that continue to inspire us today. Bass Reeves was illiterate. Having been born into slavery, he didn't earn his freedom until well into his 20s. By then, he was too busy trying to make a living and survive to learn how to read. He ended up getting a job as a U.S. Marshal, and he had the warrants read out loud to him, and he had a whippet-sharp memory because he could remember the contents of the warrants. The fact that he couldn't read was well known, and he even used it to his advantage. One time, he had been captured by the very prey he was chasing down. They were threatening to kill him, so he pulled out a letter from his mom and begged his captors, "Please read this letter that my mom wrote to me. Read it to me so I can hear her words one last time before you kill me." The captors must have felt some small penchant of soft spot for him, went ahead and started reading the letter. With the attention off of him, Bass Reeves was able to turn the tables on his captor, arrest him, and take him in to the judge. Bass Reeves was fluent in both Creek and Seminole languages. You see, in 1861, he earned his freedom. Some say he won it in a card game. Others say he did win a card game, but when his master got upset about it, they had an altercation, and Reeves hurt him pretty badly. He had to go on the run to avoid recapture. He fled into Indian Territory, which is now Oklahoma, and he hid out among the Creek and Seminole Indians, learning their language. Because the Seminole Indians didn't trust white men very much, they took him as one of their own. Bass Reeves was the first black deputy U.S. Marshal west of the Mississippi River. Because of his high intelligence and aptitude with native languages, Judge Isaac Partner, the hanging judge, decided to offer him a job in 1875 hunting fugitives that had fled into Indian Territory. And, as I mentioned before, because Native Americans distrusted white men, they welcomed Bass Reeves into their mix, and he was able to infiltrate. Throughout his career as a U.S. Marshal, which, mind you, didn't start until he was well into his 30s, he apprehended some 3,000 suspects. Can you believe that? And through it all, he remained unscathed with only minor scratches and bruises. And finally, Bass Reeves was such a supporter of law and order that he even arrested his own son. You see, Benny Reeves was suspected of murdering his wife. And when the warrant fell in his jurisdiction, none of the other marshals would touch it because they were too afraid of upsetting Bass Reeves. So Bass went into the office, picked up the warrant, and hunted down his own son. His son ended up being found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. But he was pardoned in 1914. I hope you enjoyed my top 5 interesting facts about Bass Reeves' life. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It really does help the YouTube algorithm and lets me know what I should keep making more of. And remember, if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe. It's totally free. And hit the bell for notifications. And if you know someone in your life who's also interested in Wild West history, please be sure to share this video with them. And in the meantime, I'll catch you on down the trail.